Welcome back today. We are diving deep into one of the most sought-after series of coins in American history, the wheat penny. In this video, we'll explore the top 6 most valuable wheat pennies you should keep an eye out for, especially in various conditions. These little pieces of history can carry huge value, and we're going to break down just how much they could be worth today. So grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. First up, the 1957 wheat penny with the D mint mark. You may have some of these in your collection, or even in your spare change. And today we're going to talk about why this coin is so special, and how it could be worth a lot of money. The wheat penny, or the Lincoln cent as it's officially known, has been one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. First minted in 1909, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The wheat penny featured the famous portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, with 2 ears of wheat on the reverse. The 1957 wheat penny marked the final year of this iconic design, as it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Cent in 1959. So any wheat penny you find from 1957 has already reached historical significance. Now let's talk about why the 1957 wheat penny with a D mint mark is so special. For starters, the D on the coin stands for the Denver Mint, where these pennies were produced, while the 1957 penny is necessarily rare in terms of total mintage. What sets this coin apart is its rarity in certain conditions, especially in circulation or worn condition. In 1957, more than 1 billion pennies were minted in Denver alone. That's a lot of coins, but when you consider that many of them have been spent or damaged over the years, finding one in decent condition, let alone in a rare valuable state, can be quite a challenge. So how much is a 1957 wheat penny worth today? Well, it depends on its condition. In general, a standard 1957 D penny in circulated condition is worth around $170,000, which is much more than its face value. But if you have one in fine face value condition, particularly in fine or extremely fine condition, it could be worth anywhere from $300,000 or more. Now let's talk about the really rare finds. While most 1957 wheat pennies with a D mint mark are relatively common, there are specific circumstances where this coin can reach huge values. For example, if the penny has an unusual mint error, such as a double die or a striking variation, it could easily be worth $395,000. Hint errors, like double strikes or misprints, can dramatically increase a coin's value, especially if the error is particularly noticeable, or if it's a rare one. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1957 D wheat penny with a noticeable error, you might have found a gold mine. Oh, how can you tell if you've got a valuable 1957 wheat penny? First, check the condition. Look for signs of wear. The more details you can see on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks on the reverse, the better. Next, check the mint mark. The D mint mark is located just below the date on the obverse, next to Lincoln's shoulder. If it's clear and well defined, that's a good sign. The more pristine the mint mark, the higher the potential value. And don't forget to check the reverse for any unique features or errors. Keep your eye out for doubled letters or uneven designs, as these could increase the coin's worth significantly. Where can you sell your 1957 wheat penny? If it turns out to be a rare find, you have a few options. You can visit a local coin dealer listed on eBay, or even use specialized auction sites for rare coins. Be sure to have your coin professionally graded by a reputable service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Before selling, this will help ensure you get the best possible price. To wrap it up, the 1957 wheat penny with a D mint mark is not just a piece of history, it's a potential treasure in your pocket. Whether it's in circulated condition or an extraordinary example, it could be worth more than you think. Keep searching, keep collecting, and you might just find a rare coin that's worth big money. Next up, the 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark. This coin might look ordinary, but in very good condition. It holds significant value in today's collector market. Stay tuned to find out why this coin is so special and what it could be worth. The 1945 wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was minted during a critical time in American history. World War II was nearing its end, and resources like copper were still being used for the war effort. While these pennies were produced in large numbers, their historical significance and unique characteristics make them highly collectible today. One key feature of this coin is the lack of a mint mark, which tells us it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The absence of a mint mark might seem like a flaw, but it's actually what makes this version special. Combine that with its historical background, and you've got yourself a piece of history in your pocket. When it comes to the value of the 1945 wheat penny, Condition is everything. A coin in very good condition means it has seen circulation, but still retains clear details on Lincoln's portrait, the date and the wheat stalks on the reverse side. It's not as pristine as higher grades like extra fine or mint state, but it's still highly collectible and valuable. If you've got a 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark, take a close look at its details. You see Lincoln's profile clearly. Are the wheat stalks still distinct? If so, you're in luck. It could be worth more than you think. The 1945 wheat penny is considered rare in specific conditions, especially when it exhibits unique qualities like toning or patina. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that stand out, and this has driven up demand in recent years. Even in very good condition, this penny can fetch a premium price, depending on the beer and market trends. But what makes this penny even more valuable is its historical significance, and the fact that many 1945 wheat pennies have been lost or damaged over the decades. So finding one in decent condition is becoming increasingly rare. Of today, a 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark in very good condition is valued at around $330,000 in everyday sales. However, if it has any unique features like an unusual patina or an error, it could be worth much more, sometimes up to $550,000 to the right collector. If you're just starting out as a collector, always check your change. You never know when a valuable wheat penny might turn up. That's it for today's episode, folks. The 1945 wheat penny without a mint mark might just be hiding in your collection, or even your pocket change. Next up, the wheat penny, or Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing America's agricultural heritage. The 1939 wheat penny is unique for a few reasons. First, the absence of a mint mark indicates it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. During this time, the U.S. economy was recovering from the Great Depression, and coins like this were produced in large numbers to support the growing demand for currency. But why is this particular penny considered rare today? Let's find out. Approximately 316 million wheat pennies were struck in Philadelphia in 1939, which might sound like a lot. However, finding one in circulation condition today can be a challenge. Most of these coins were heavily used and lost over time, making well-preserved examples increasingly rare. Collectors value this coin for its historical significance, but its rarity is enhanced by its condition. Circulated pennies often exhibit wear, such as faded details and scratches, which can still attract buyers. Depending on their grade, here's what you need to look for. First, check the obverse for the date 1939. And confirm there is no mint mark below the date. This means it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, inspect the reverse side for the wheat ears. Even in circulated condition, the design should still be recognizable. Keep an eye out for errors or unique colorations, as these can significantly boost the value. For example, a blackened or oddly toned wheat penny might fetch a premium for its unusual appearance. What is a 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark worth today? In circulated condition, these coins typically sell for $230,000, depending on the amount of wear. However, higher grade examples can go for much more, up to $420,000. FOR coins in fine or very fine condition. But here's where it gets exciting. If you happen to find one with a rare mint error, such as a double die or a lamination floor, the value could soar to $690,000 at auction. Collectors are always on the hunt for unique specimens. Hunt for rare pennies like the 1939 wheat penny. Start by checking your loose change, or visiting local flea markets and garage sales. You never know what you might find. Once you found a potential treasure, handle it carefully. Avoid touching the surfaces with bare fingers to prevent oil and dirt damage. Store your coin in a protective holder or sleeve to preserve its condition. The 1939 wheat penny without a mint mark is more than just a piece of history. It's a tangible connection to America's past. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for this rare gem in your change. Who knows, you might just strike it rich with a single penny. Next up, the 1941 wheat penny. If you're into rare coins or simply curious about their value, you're in the right place. Today we are discussing a particular version of the 1941 penny, the one without a mint mark and in extra fine condition. So grab your magnifying glass. The 1941 wheat penny is a classic piece of American history, and it remains highly sought after among collectors for decades. These pennies were simply seen as just another 1-cent coin, produced during the war years. But today, with the right condition and proper care, this coin has become a valuable treasure. First, let's talk about the design. On the front, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, was first struck in 1909 and has been a symbol of the United States for more than a century. The 1941 version features the inscription, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and year 1941. We have the famous wheat tears, which gives the coin its name. You'll also see the words 1 cent, surrounded by the inscription, United States of America and E Pluribus Unam. This design was used on the penny from 1909 to 1958, but it's the 1941 version that's particularly rare in certain conditions. Now, let's discuss what makes this coin in extra fine condition so special. An extra fine coin is one that shows little to no wear, but is not in mint state. The details of Abraham Lincoln's portrait are sharp, the hairlines and facial features clear, and the inscriptions are legible. The wheat stalks on the reverse should also show distinct detailing, without any flattening. Notice how the wheat stalks are still defined, and you can clearly read "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." This level of clarity is what makes the coin rare and valuable. So, what's the market value of a 1941 wheat penny in extra fine condition? Today the price can vary depending on several factors, including demand, condition, and rarity. However, on average, a 1941 wheat penny in extra fine condition can fetch anywhere between $700,000. But that's not all. If the coin is in exceptional extra fine condition, you might see prices that go even higher. Factors that can influence the price include the coin's overall demand and rarity, as well as whether it's certified and graded by a professional. The grading system helps determine the value by categorizing coins based on their condition. Certified coins are generally more valuable than raw coins because buyers have greater confidence in their authenticity and condition. To recap, the 1941 wheat penny is a great example of a collectible coin that holds value, especially when it's in extra fine condition. With its sharp details, historical significance, and growing demand, it's a coin that's sure to appreciate in value as time goes on. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this penny is definitely one to keep an eye on. Next up, the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark. This little piece of American history is not just a piece of copper, it's a valuable treasure in today's coin market. But what makes it so special? And what is its current market value? Well, you're in the right place to find out. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because we're going to explore the history, rarity, and the surprising value of the 1942 wheat penny. The wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, and the reverse shows 2 stalks of wheat, which is where it gets its nickname. These coins were minted by the U.S. Mint up until 1958, when they were replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. However, the wheat pennies from the early 1940s, like the 1942, remain a favorite among collectors for their historical significance and unique qualities. Now let's focus on the star of today's video, the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark. But first, let's talk about mint marks. If you're new to coin collecting, mint marks are small letters stamped on the coin to indicate where it was minted. For example, a coin minted in Philadelphia often has no mint mark, while coins from Denver or San Francisco carry a D or S mint mark, respectively. Now here is the twist. While most 1942 wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia, there is also a variety of 1942 coins with a D or S mint mark, which were produced in Denver and San Francisco. But the coins without any mint mark, meaning they were minted in Philadelphia, are often considered the rarer version. This rarity is one reason why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for the 1942 wheat penny, especially when it's in fine condition. Before we dive into the value, let's talk about the condition. The condition of a coin is critical when determining its market value. Coins are graded based on a scale from poor to mint state. The grading system takes into account wear, scratches, and other imperfections that come from circulation. When we talk about the 1942 wheat penny in fine condition, we're referring to a coin that shows some signs of wear, but still retains much of its detail. The wheat stalks on the reverse are visible, the inscription E Pluribus Unum is clear, and Lincoln's portrait still stands out well. A coin in this condition won't have the sharp details of a coin that's never been circulated, but it's still considered quite collectible. Now for the part you've been waiting for, the market value of a 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark, in fine condition. The truth is, coin values can fluctuate depending on several factors, including demand, rarity, and the overall state of the coin market. As of today, a 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition can fetch anywhere between $375,000, depending on the beer and market trends. But don't let that fool you. In some cases, especially for well-preserved coins, the value can go up to $520,000 or more. Rare coins in this condition have seen significant increases in value over the years due to their age and the demand for collectors. Now, what makes this coin even more valuable is its potential for increasing in worth over time. If you're holding on to a 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition, you might have a great investment on your hands. The rarity of this coin, especially in fine condition, is what makes it desirable to collectors. The combination of its historical significance, relatively low mintage numbers, and its scarcity in certain conditions all contribute to its rising value. Plus, the wheat penny is a symbol of the past, a link to the earlier 20th century and the era of Abraham Lincoln. If you're wondering how to spot a 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark, it's actually pretty simple. First, check the year. If it's 1942, look just below Abraham Lincoln's portrait. If there's no D or S mint mark, then you have a Philadelphia minted coin. But make sure to carefully inspect the condition. The finer the condition, the higher the value. If you're considering adding the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark to your collection, or maybe selling one, here are a few quick tips. First, always keep your coins in protective cases to avoid further wear. If you plan to sell it, check recent auction prices, or visit a reputable coin dealer to get an accurate valuation. So there you have it. The 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark in fine condition is a rare and valuable coin, with the potential for significant appreciation in the coming years. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting, this is a coin that's definitely worth keeping an eye on. Next up, the 1956 wheat penny with a D mint mark. This particular coin, in very good condition, has become a rare treasure for collectors, and today we'll explore its value, rarity, and why it's such a sought-after coin in the market. The 1956 wheat penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 199. The wheat penny itself, with its design featuring the famous wheat ears on the reverse side, was produced from 1909 until 1958, making it a key piece in the history of U.S. currency. But today we're focusing on the 1956 wheat penny with the D mint mark. The front of the 1956 wheat penny showing Abraham Lincoln's portrait, followed by the reverse side showing the wheat ears and the mint mark. On the obverse side we have Abraham Lincoln, whose portrait was designed by Victor de Brenner. The reverse side features two stalks of wheat, which is why these coins are commonly called wheat pennies. This design remained unchanged for almost half a century. Now let's talk about the significance of the D mint mark. The D mint mark signifies that this coin was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary U.S. mint facilities responsible for producing coins. The mint mark is a small but essential detail in identifying the coin's origin, and it can significantly affect its value. The 1956 wheat penny with a D mint mark is relatively common, but when you find one in very good or better condition, that's where things get exciting. Now let's talk about the condition of the coin. In the world of coin collecting, the condition is everything. A 1956 wheat penny in very good condition, as opposed to one that's been heavily worn, can be considered rare. The wear and tear on these coins over decades of circulation make higher grade examples quite sought after. Coins in very good condition typically show moderate wear, but the details are still visible and the coin has a nice, clean appearance. In very good condition, the 1956 wheat penny will show clear details, especially on Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks on the reverse. These coins are often hard to find in such good shape, which contributes to their growing rarity and market value. Now here's the exciting part. What's this rare coin worth today? Well, in 2024, a 1956 wheat penny with a D mint mark in very good condition can fetch anywhere from $100,000, depending on the specific grade and market demand. But if you find one in excellent or even uncirculated condition, the value can rise significantly at coin auctions or through reputable dealers. Uncirculated examples of the 1956 wheat penny with a D mint mark have been known to reach prices in the range of $200,000 or even more, depending on the rarity of the coin's condition. And let's not forget, coins like these, especially in mint condition, can be excellent long-term investments. So if you're lucky enough to own a 1956 wheat penny in very good condition, how can you take care of it to preserve its value? The key is proper handling and storage. Always wear cotton gloves when handling your coins to prevent oils from your fingers from damaging the surface. Store them in acid-free holders or capsules to keep them safe from environmental factors like humidity and light. The 1956 wheat penny, with a D mint mark, may not be the rarest coin in the world, but in very good condition. It holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and investors, alike with its historical significance, iconic design, and growing market value. This coin remains a prized possession for many, so whether you're just starting out in coin collecting, or you're a seasoned numismatist, keep an eye out for this one. It could be worth more than you think. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more numismatic insights and coin collecting tips, and leave a comment below. Do you have a 1956 wheat penny in your collection? Let us know your thoughts and experiences with this iconic coin. Happy collecting!